So we recently have encountered a lot of disasters, natural disasters, man-made disasters, and things like that. In fact, we had some cloud advisors who were living in Belgium and who were impacted, and the ones in Paris were impacted by the bombings and carryings on. So we thought, what a great thing it would be if we had a check-in service with text, where you could tell the text. And so that's what we have created. We have created a situation where if Rob gets hit by a bus again, then he can text or have somebody text from his phone to a check-in service.
Okay.
Okay?
Or service or group or...
And so I'm Lee Maddox. This is Lucio Mera.
Zia before.
And Danny.
Danny is gonna make almost most part of the coding. Well, this is our group. The general concept behind this, I know you want guys to make some comments. Please go ahead.
Okay, so the idea is, as Lee stated, so you're in so we're in a disaster situation. The idea is on your cell phone, you text we use Twilio, you text a number, and then that number, there's a specific, basically you put your name, your location, and then just a message, the status of where you are. Each of those fields are separated by a comma. And those fields, they go in and insert into a database, and then there's a UI that people, let's say your relatives, a company or whatever, they look into the database and say, okay, well, Ziad now was in Boston, and he's okay, no issues. So that's kind of the idea. We try to use most of the technologies and things that we've learned in the last 3-4 days, Node-REDS and SQL database, Express and other stuff. So we leverage everything. So then you wanted to talk a little more about
What?
Yeah, just a little more. All right.
Can do demo.
So this is kind of the view of the UI. That's what it looks like. So you can see the fields we put it. And actually, just one more thing we forgot to mention. We also put a translation in the flow. So let's say somebody who's Spanish or English, whatever the language that's available right now in Watson, you could put that in the message and it will be translated to an English.
And authentication. And automatic identification, the language.
Right. So put the translation engine, and then also we put through the flow is to detect what language that you're talking, and then translate it into an English.
Right. So here's the Watson language identification feature.
Language identification and then the translation.
Language translation. Great.
And let's go to the online demo. We've got two environments here. Sorry?
We are doing a live.
So live demo, actually, maybe what we should do is we should probably show. Well, actually, yeah, we could go ahead.
Go ahead and send a message.
So
So the last incident reported was Ziad Gafour in Boston. Say it's fine in French. And what?
Yeah, so we'll start with the SMS through the phone. So I'm Ziad, I'm from Belgium, and I'm going to say that, what?
I was hit.
C'est bon.
C'est bon.
C'est bon.
Oh,
c'est bon.
here is it. Right? So I'm going to send it to the system, basically. And it will go, I'll get automatic SMS notification saying that, yes, the system has already got your SMS and will process it ASAP. And okay.
Now, if you refresh.
So all you need to do is refresh it, every minute,
All right,
every 30 seconds, every however fast.
That's the
So-
message. See the timestamp.
So you'll know that the name is Ziad, location from Belgium. That's the time where he sent an SMS, and status, which is in French, I guess, and then the translation is minuscule.
And if it's in a language that is not recognized by the Watson translator, like German or Azerbaijani, then it doesn't.
We're working with Watson right now, a group, to make sure that we have all the language.
No language, even Esperanto. And Portuguese, as I said there, I was moving in Rio de Janeiro, exactly. He did well.
The Arabic one.
The Arabic one did it, but it didn't really do
Yeah.
very well. I mean, this thing here, I'll say it in Arabic. Kul shay jayid, only took Jaya. But Jaya is actually good. So I was everything is good, but it did not really do the whole thing. Just did everything.
So Watson did some improvement on Arabic.
Yeah.
That's it.
Can we see some of your code, some of the node red flows, some of your, yeah.
Actually, we have them in the. There you go. Yeah. No, I thought you had them in the presentation. No.
Yeah, but
That's
it's
cool.
better to.
Yeah.
Yes. Can you go ahead, please?
Right. By the way, if you have a phone app, if you can text to the same number and you will get something happen on the screen. So this is basically the flow where you from the screen where you get all the records from the one that do send SMS. So what it does is actually an HTTP node and making a request, a query to SQL database.
And then
Okay. So this is the key on how we are going to process the SMS that is coming to the
Just if you open some of the functions, just to get the idea where.
which one are
The top one, then.
Language.
How about this one?
Okay.
Let's start with that one.
So
Go ahead.
yeah, the thing is with this not rack is like going into one single big express files. So and this language identification required I think payload as the input, while from the HTTP you post into this node rack, and actually it's in your payload as well. So the result is we don't want to like rewrite the payload, so we need to preserve. So that's why we preserve and create some basically some variable which is for our own to preserve the data that sent by the server.
But the main reason we did that is also because we only want to translate only the message.
The message.
We don't want to translate everything else.
Sure.
So that's why we have to preserve everything else, and then the message is the one that we wanted to be translated.
And here is the function defining that the output language is going to be always English.
Yeah, but the source language is we do it dynamically based on the language identification from Watson.
And there's the full one.
No, that's just the test.
Just for test. And let's go. There's another function here. Sorry.
This one is just for the.
Yeah, this function is basically to write into the database.
Right. So when I see the
Code. C9.
the C9 structures here, so I have the
So we do both in client and also using Angular and the server one using Node.js. Okay. So this is the client one. So basically just render the page whenever refresh the page. And if you go to the server folder and index.js. So what it does is actually create a new function which is receive text. So we'll do this pause and then go down again. Okay, this one is basically to receive and process the text, the SMS, split the string and send the feedback back to your SMS sender.
Very good.
And so, when you text in and say, I'm doing well, or I broke my leg, or I was mugged, or whatever you're going to say, you at least get a response back. It says, hey, we got your SMS, and we'll add it to the database and respond as soon as we can.
Excellent. Thank you, guys.
Mr.